From the land of the rising sun comes the fiercest fighters, the hardest hits, and the brightest lights in pro wrestling. Joshi isn't just wrestling, it's heart, passion, and rebellion packed into every single match. So lace up your boots, crank up the volume, and get ready to dive into the world where idols become icons and legends are born in the ring. This is where passion meets punk and wrestling meets pure chaos. Welcome to the Cult of Joshi with your host, Raja and John.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Cult of Joshi. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined by my co-host, John.
Hello.
And here we are to talk about the wonderful world of Joshi.
Here we are?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been a crazy week, fun week, you know? It never stopped to the fun in Joshi, or in women's wrestling in general.
There is never stop to the fun, you're right. And it's been a very fun week. It's been incredibly cool because of the amount of stuff that's out there that is just right now just jumping. Like everything feels like it's hopping.
Yeah.
Every promotion in Joshi and the Joshi world feels like there's something going on that's really cool.
Right.
I think that Marigold's putting out some of their best stuff.
100% they are, yeah. And they're coming up on one of the biggest shows that they've ever had in the history of their promotion right now.
Stardom is the absolute juggernaut that can't be stopped.
Yeah.
And the funny thing with them is the fact that right now they're pushing through with, you know, so many people out.
Oh my gosh, like a multitude of injuries right this second, which is wild. We haven't seen that for a while, where we've had just multiple people out, with big people as well, with injury.
Absolutely. And American Joshi is just, you know, all the people that have come from any company and they're over here, they're also popping. It's just like everywhere.
It's like everyone's suddenly like noticing.
Everywhere has a little touch.
Yeah.
Of Japan, and that's all we really ask.
100%. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And of course, before we talk about the Japanese side of Joshi, we gotta mention what we watched on the American side this week, which was AEW WrestleDream on the 18th of October. Oh my God, what a pay-per-view that was.
Incredible. As always, though, right?
Right, yeah. AEW pay-per-views are an experience.
They are. They are, from first to last, and I never can tell that they're long.
No. We're just in it. We're just there, and it just happens.
It's as you like to say, it's a vibe.
It is. It's definitely a vibe, and once you get into it, it's hard to get out, and even when it's over, you're like, dang, I was enjoying myself.
When it's over, you're normally mortified for a little bit.
That too.
It's such a ebb and flow of emotion, and that's what I really love about it. Is it feels like an AEW pay-per-view for me is listening to a Led Zeppelin album from first to last for the first time.
Right.
No matter what time in your life you discover Led Zeppelin, because everybody will eventually.
You'll come across them somehow.
You know, if you love music, you're going to discover the greats. You're going to discover the icons, you know?
Right.
And on the real icons, everything's done as an album. It's not like anything that comes out now, and I'm going to yell at clouds for a second, but everything that comes out now, it's like, oh, hey, here's my single. You know, here's my single, and it's like everything's a single,
right,
or a collab,
standalone.
Yeah, so all this stuff is done for the quick. You know, well, we got to have quick content. We got to have small content.
Right.
There's nothing long form in the world.
Yeah, you always got to be putting stuff out.
Yeah, there shouldn't be, just like us, right? If we want to do a long form deep dive, we actually have to call it long form.
Yes,
because
it is
because that's the rarity now. Instead of, you know, no one having the attention, everyone has an attention span of an ant.
Yes,
you know, so
it's just the way of the world right now.
But you know, when you go through the real cool stuff, you go through the long form. And you get like an album, you get a Black Sabbath, you get a Led Zeppelin, you get one of these incredible albums, Pink Floyd, you get so many that you go from first to last, and the album has some songs of hope, some songs of remorse, some songs of, you know, anger, some songs of energy.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I watch an AEW pay-per-view, I get so much of that album experience because
I understand,
there's so many different songs involved. And some of them are really, getting you going. This is hype. This is incredible. This is great, And some are draw, and they're just like, oh my God, I know this is great music that I'm listening to. Like, I know that bass player may be the best bass player that's ever bassed.
Yeah.
Ever. And listen to that drums. Oh my God, is that some math formula he's playing? and you get through it, and somewhere during that song towards the end, you're like, you're appreciating this 12-minute song so much.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my God, this is incredible. I don't know if I'll ever listen to it again, but it's so great right now.
Yeah.
And the AEW pay-per-view for me, through the whole thing, it's got all of that. And that's so lost these days and it's really their formula, right? It's their formula because they bring in so many people from all these corners of the world and let them jam their jam.
Yeah.
It's not you have to jam our jam.
Right.
It's not our style. It's your style.
Yes.
And it's in this melting pot. And I think that's the thing that they have that other people won't have if you have to play their style. Like, you don't bring somebody in and then be like, hey, I'm hiring you because, you're the greatest guitarist it's ever been, but now you're going to play our style. Forget everything you've learned. Everything.
You can only use these chords.
Yeah, only these chords. We just use 3 chords. That's just what we do. I don't care what you do before. You got here. You got to the dance by being the best that's ever been.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We heard, what's your nickname? The Innovator? Don't worry about that shit. It doesn't matter. You're here now, and you're going to play these 3 chords.
There's a new chapter in your life. Congratulations.
Because the people want to hear those 3 chords. They just like those 3 chords. They're used to those 3 chords because they take in slop.
They understand those 3 chords.
And that slop has to be that slop. It has to be exactly that slop.
Right.
And you could try doing that slop as good as you can, and be more creative at that slop, but you can't do something other than that slop.
Right.
So when you go here, it's just like this melting pot of emotions and
you come into
innovation.
Into AEW, and it's like, what are you good at? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do that.
and then you have somebody getting drowned.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of everything. Yeah. and to be
it's
honest,
a lot.
And to be honest with you, I don't like everything, but that's the reason I love it.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
It's definitely the epitome of an emotional roller coaster from start to finish.
I don't know if that makes sense, but it should make sense.
It makes sense.
I don't necessarily have to like every movie a director makes, and it could still be my favorite director.
Yeah. I mean, totally. Like, your favorite band's going to have some stinker songs.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, but anyway, that's what I thought about it.
Yes, WrestleDream definitely was an experience, but it also featured 4 women's matches between the pre-show and the main show, which was really cool to see.
Yeah.
So on the pre-show, we had Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale defeating Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne, who were just like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, and kind of exploded everyone's minds,
Shout out
I think.
to the best comic brand out there.
Yes. We're just laying all the cards on the table today.
What, are you scared to tell the people that we're DC fans?
No, I'm a proud DC fan. Okay.
Right.
We've been reading DC.
I know that we're not allowed to talk about things like politics or, there's certain things out there you don't want to alienate your fans, right?
Right.
I don't think that comics are to that. Are comics to that point where people will fight over it?
I don't know if the Marvel DC discourse is at that point, at least anymore.
It wasn't it?
I think at a time that it was, like, people were really up in arms about whether you liked one or the other. But I think at this point, it's kind of all leveled out a little bit. But yes, we are DC fans, okay, in this house. Then on the main pay-per-view, Jamie Hayter defeated Tekla in their grudge match. Crazy, hard-hitting grudge match between the two of them. Chris Statlander retained the AEW Women's World Championship over Toni Storm and finally gave her the murder that she had been looking for, which we're still unsure if she's gonna recover from that, but a little more on that in a second. And directly after that Chris Toni match, Mercedes Moné came out for her TBS Championship Open Challenge for any other champion in the world to put their belt on the line. And the person who answered that challenge was Mina Shirakawa, who was the interim Ring of Honor Women's TV champion, because Red Velvet is still technically the TV champion, but Mina has been the interim champion since Red Velvet got hurt. Now, Mercedes Moné is the interim ROH Women's TV Champion because she defeated Mina Shirakawa in a match that, like, the levels of that match, where it started and where it got to, and just the feeling that it gave by the end was so good.
I think that's a good time for, I was going to end with that one. When normally, you know how this works, you say something and I rebut.
Yes.
So I was going to like end with that, but since you're there, I'll just go ahead and segue. Mercedes Moné and Mina Shirakawa. So I was let down at first.
Well, yeah, I think most people probably were. Like, it wasn't who they were expecting, right?
Well, not for us.
Right.
I don't know if most people expected anything, but we get excited for any time there's a surprise thing.
Yeah.
So we were like doing the thing like the Florida time, right? We were going through everybody it could be, and I know we both wanted it to and hope for it to be Sherry.
Right.
But
fingers crossed.
When it was Mina Shirakawa, we just weren't excited.
Like, they already wrestled a couple of times.
So, and we went into this match, low expectations are a big deal. So we went into the match with, we knew it'd be a good match.
Yes.
It's a pay-per-view match.
Yes.
And it's freaking Mercedes.
Yes.
So that goes off to the segue here. I mean, the side conversation of when you could like quit hating on Mercedes. And that's basically it.
That's the point here.
I was going to nicely say it, but I've seen Dave fighting with people online about it. And, mostly drones want to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
But she is absolutely, forget the 13 belts thing, 12 belts. I just want it to be 13 because she should have a baker's dozen. But forget about the 12 belts, Monet, Ultimo Monet, just the wrestler herself.
Yes.
It's talking about someone betting on themselves and leaving millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
To wrestle, to actually wrestle and entertain and go across the world and get better and bite these people. What she's doing is insane. Like, 3 countries over the weekend and, just going to all these places. When you wrestle someone, you take a little of their wrestle DNA.
Yeah.
You just do, because when you call that match with somebody, you may pick up one little thing, but I never had a match that I didn't learn something.
Right.
And it might just be a way to stand, or it might be a way to do a move differently, or a transition you never thought of.
Exactly.
And so every time this happens, she picks up a little bit. She picks up something, but she gives so much.
Yeah.
She gives so much, because when she goes to these places, some of these belts she's winning off people that are somewhat green, at least haven't traveled the world and everything. So to me, she's like the old school traveling world champion.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful to me, because your traveling world champion in the old days would, in Ric Flair, whoever, right? Would, Terry Funk, Dory Funk, Jack Briscoe, the traveling NWA world champion would take this incredible schedule, and it would be made out. You could find them online, like a whole year of the champion, and it was booked out of, St. Louis, whatever, and they would come up with it. Well, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be going here, you're going to be going here. And, they would go to these towns and they would face whoever the local guy was in that promotion, in that area. And that would be the biggest match in that area. That would be such a big deal to that area. And that would be boosting their house and, all this stuff. And that's what she's doing in that level of going to these places. And it's like, oh my God, it's Mercedes. That's their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When they're coming to that local area and facing that. So that part of it I love. But what she's doing is really trailblazing right now. Just being out there and sharing that, who she is freaking amazing. But
I agree.
But this match, I had the low expectation at first. Low being, this is going to be a great match.
Right.
Okay. Because
there's 2 good wrestlers, so obviously.
And it's AEW pay-per-view. So this match, as you said beautifully, it had so many twists and turns and the match built.
Yeah.
They didn't care what was going on here, what was going on there, they let it build.
Yeah.
And people got into it because they slowly built. They did a match the way you're supposed to do a match.
Yeah.
And yes, toward the end of this match, we were all just
grabbed everybody.
Yeah, it was so great. It was really great. And I think that, and one of my favorite things to talk about with you and I is, man, in 20 years, people are going to be studying this.
Yes.
You know, Mercedes' run as champ, she is going to be studied.
Yeah.
This is going to be studied.
Yeah.
This is going to be talked about. They're going to go back and go, compilations of some of her best
I agree, yeah.
defenses and stuff.
This TBS run has been insane.
It was really great. The Chris and Tony match, strong work in this match. Surprising to me. Even though it's not surprising because Chris just,
she
won
just
it.
got the belt.
she just won it. I also seen a little bit of discourse from people that just can't see the forest for the trees. This is a great story that's happening. This is not a burial. This is not forgetting somebody. This is not bad booking. This is not anything like that. This is glorious booking. This is cooling someone off and cooling them off in a good way where you still have a story going.
Right.
And you got to read between the lines of Tony, because this was being, subtly said before she lost it.
Yeah, like she's been setting up her losing the belt for months up to this point.
To the point where I think that, even the tag team run could turn into something cool.
Yeah.
Even if they would win the belt or something like that. I think that's a good thing for her, and then come back into the title scene again.
Right.
Later on, or get that TBS title.
Yeah. She could just decide to go down to the TBS level for a while.
The Jamie Hayter and Tekla, personally, I would like this to win a different way. Because
it would have been cool if Tekla had gotten the win.
Well, I think it would have been cool if we would have had the hockey fight.
Oh, yeah, you wanted more of a brawl.
Yeah.
Like, they hit the crap out of each other, but you just wanted a straight-up fight.
Yeah, I would like to see the gloves come off.
Yeah.
And just start with a sloppy, nasty Ishii type, clothesline battle or chop battle for 20 minutes.
That would have suited them very well because, they've already been at each other's throats, right, for a long time.
It was good, but, that was my thoughts.
So, yeah, it was really fun. After Mercedes defeated Mina Shirakawa and took her belt away, Chris came back out to the ring to interrupt her, like Mercedes has been doing to Chris for a couple of weeks, and challenged her for Full Gear for Chris's AEW Women's World Championship because, Mercedes is always going after those belts, and Chris is sure that she can beat Mercedes this time.
This is crazy.
It is.
Either Chris does the undoable, which is just insane to me to imagine Chris winning that belt.
It is. It's very crazy. I don't know what way it's going to go. I don't know if this is going to be the start of like Mercedes on the downslide, where she's just gotten so much built up that she loses one match and then all of a sudden it's like she starts dropping belts like flies.
No, I don't know though, because see, we're kind of doing that with Moxley and the Bucks right now.
That's true. The similar story.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you do that right now. I don't know if that happens.
I don't know. They could just stack the AEW Women's World Championship on top of Mercedes at this point and like her crowning achievement before she eventually starts losing matches.
I could almost go to All In.
Yeah.
Just something crazy for the summer,
Yeah.
And at that point, Tony wait, they're going to go back to Australia.
Yes, in February.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of this was very beautifully set up because after this match, we had Mina crying backstage to Toni Storm, who's very despondent, But Mina said, we lost everything. And then she said, but we still have each other. And then Toni got this look on her face like, yeah, we do have each other. Like she had that light bulb went off in her head. So on AEW Dynamite, we did get that confirmation that Mina and Toni will be in the tag team tournament for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. And Mina called them the Timeless Love Bombs.
Yeah, you love that. So Japanese.
It is. That's the most Japanese tag team name I've ever heard in my life. But we did get the full reveal for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship tournament. And before this happened, we had a little more go on with Mercedes and Chris, where Mercedes was having her celebration in the ring. Mini Monet, popped up from under the table and tried to take over Mercedes' her celebration, and Mercedes was obviously very upset about that, and she was being very mean to Harley and calling her a loser and like saying how awful she was and all that. And when she pulled Harley out from under the table, Chris Statlander also came out and smashed Mercedes into her own celebration cake, and it was very dramatic, like the whole scene.
But I think one segment we should start having is, but we booked it better. So when we were sitting there before this happened,
Yes.
Raja says, man, wouldn't that be funny if that's not Harley? So, and it would have been funny with the hand coming up like that.
Yeah.
And then I added to it. I was like, so what needs to happen right now is Harley needs to come out on stage and be like, what?
Yeah, like, why are you being mean to me?
And I would let Mercedes grab the hand.
And she's looking at Harley.
And then Harley comes out right then and is like, what? And she's like looking at her and looks down, and then you have Chris's face and do a little hello with her fingers.
Right.
And, come and get her and maybe bring her under the table or something, something funny.
It would have been hilarious, I agree, to have Harley
It was
not
great,
even there.
But,
Yeah. So backstage after that segment, Mercedes is still covered in cake, 30 minutes later. It's very funny. She's screaming
That's
about
the best part.
Where's makeup and all this. But who should approach her but Athena, the forever ROH Women's Champion,
causing a girl squeal out of Raja.
offering Mercedes an olive branch, saying that they should team up and take over this whole new AEW Women's Tag Team Championship division.
Yes.
Which was very cool. We also had a match on Dynamite, a 4-way tag match with a bunch of the other women tag teams that Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata won, which allowed them to pick their first round competitors in the tournament. So they chose the Sin Sisters.
Yes.
Because they've been very much at each other's throats, those two teams, which is really cool. But we do have the full bracket here, and it consists of 8 teams. So 4 first round matches, which will be Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue and Julia Hart, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus Mercedes Moné and Athena, Alex Windsor and Riho versus Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, and Megan Bain and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Ty Mello. So crazy how many
Penelope Ford.
Big tag teams we have. Yes, it did seem like she hurt her elbow in the 4-way tag team match. Hopefully it's not anything too bad and she's still able to participate in the tournament.
So shout out to @Lyric Wrestling on X because they posted a really cool picture of that bracket you just talked about, as well as a bracket from 2020.
Oh my goodness.
5 years ago in a tournament, and we've never missed an AEW Dynamite, right? We just haven't. So, but 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just forget things happen.
Yes. There's a lot going on.
In the inaugural, I think it was the first one.
The only one, I think.
The Women's Tag Team Cup tournament, the Deadly Draw.
Oh.
In 2020. Now, you talk about how far a division has come.
Yeah.
Nothing against any of these girls, by the way, but just how far
how different and crazy things are now.
So in 2020, we had Penelope Ford and Mel versus the Nightmare Sisters. Do you remember who the Nightmare Sisters were?
I assume Brandy was in there. Nightmare.
Yes, Brandy and the Bunny. And then you had Big and Little Swole in there against Ray Chanel and Leva Bates.
Wow.
Yeah.
So bringing back memories.
You had Nyla Rose and Ariane Andrew against Takatni and Anna Jay. So TJ was back there too.
TJ, the still a tag team today.
Ivelisse and Diamante against Dasha and Rachel Ellering.
Wow.
So it's really crazy the difference.
It is. It's completely different women's division.
And then and now, and I mean, all you've got really left, you got Diamante and you've got TJ, obviously. I think of course, Nyla Rose and wow.
It's a completely different women's division.
And of course, Penelope.
Yes. But Penelope's still here, still in the tag team division where she and Megan Bain are trying to just dominate everyone.
Yeah.
It is really cool to see the growth that the AEW women's division has had, and all the people they've brought in and brought over. I mean, we even had, on top of this, Tekla challenging Mina Shirakawa to a match on Collision. So there's just so much good going on in the women's division. I love to see it because I love women's wrestling.
Absolutely.
But that's all we have for AEW for now. We will keep our eye on that tag team tournament. Of course, starts next week. So
yes,
very
excited.
soon we're going to be seeing which tag teams are going to come out on top of that and be the first ever AEW women's tag team champions. But let's go on over to Japan, starting with a little Sendai Girls. On the 17th of October, we had the second round of the Jajauma tournament in Sendai Girls, along with a couple of other fun matches on the show, because there were only 2 tournament matches, so they needed some stuff to fill it in, you know? So we did start off with a tournament match, Spike Nishimura versus Miria Koga, and Spike Nishimura punched her ticket to the final in this match, so she will be one half of the final match of the tournament.
The newest Sendai Girl.
Yes, the newest addition to the Sendai Girls regular roster. We had a match where Dash Chisako defeated Nightshade. It was a very fun match. Their styles fit together very well. I thought it was really fun. Ryo Mizunami, Yu, and Chihiro Hashimoto took on Soy, Zones, and Hiroyo Matsumoto. So a bunch of very strong, very powerhouse girls in this match. I loved Ryo Mizunami trying to be one of Team 200 kg. She's just so funny.
It's very fun. Fun match.
Ryo, Yu, and Chihiro did win that 6-man match. Then we had the other tournament match in the semifinals. Yuna, the current junior champion, took on Senka Akatsuki. And Senka is the one who won this match to go to the final. So she already has a win over the Sendai Girls junior champion. And she will be facing Spike Nishimura in the final in November.
Yeah, so Senka's going to totally win that.
I feel like there's a good chance that Senka comes out with the win and is the one to be able to face Yuna for the belt. But even if she doesn't win, she already has a win over the champion. So,
and that's how it works in Japan.
Pretty crazy stuff. And in the main event of this night, we had Bob Bob Momo Banana versus Red Energy, a classic match in a Sendai Girls ring. Thankfully, Mio Momono escaped this time without any injury. You know, last time these two teams faced, didn't turn out so great for Mio Momono. But I always love to see Mika and Miyuki take on Mio and Eureka. It's always a great match, high energy, very fun, and
Red Energy.
And Mika Iwata constantly just not wanting to put up with Baba Momo Banana's shenanigans is always fun.
She has some of the best facials.
Yes, so Sendai Girls doing some fun stuff, and we will see them again very soon. You know, Chihiro Hashimoto's 10th anniversary is coming up and all that. So a lot of 10th anniversaries this year.
There is.
Big people.
It was a good decade.
2015 apparently was a crazy year for Joshi debuts.
It was the start of a cool run.
It was. Then we look to Marigold. They had 3 shows over the weekend. I thought it was cool that all 3 of these shows were in somebody's hometown. So every night you had the fans excited to see someone. The first night was Sarayama Oka's triumphant return. Then we had Komomo Minami in her hometown. And finally, Shino got her little homecoming on the 19th. I thought it was funny because in her homecoming match, her mother was sitting front row. Of course, Michiko Omakai, who is a Joshi wrestler from the past, and she actually got involved in the match when Shino brought Chikagoto out of the ring and put her in front of her mother. Michiko kicked Chika in the face. It was very funny, but I think it sets up the possibility of the moms getting involved in the second generation match at the pay-per-view, even more so.
Very cool.
There was also some cool setup. You know, we had Chiaki and Misa Matsui, who are going after the tag team titles on the 26th. They won all 3 of their matches across the weekend. Unfortunately, Victoria Yuzuki took 3 losses in her multi-man matches to Mai Sakurai, who she's facing for the United National Championship. But maybe that'll just fire her up more.
It's old school booking.
To be able to win that. And another thing I thought was really cool is on 2 of the shows, they featured 15-year-old Coco, who is a masked wrestler who has only been wrestling for a couple of years, but people really love her work and how talented she is. She's a high flyer for sure. Like, her moves are insane to watch sometimes, but I hope that they keep bringing her back and make her a regular part of the show.
Me too.
I know she's going to be on Masked Fiesta. I
know
saw
you're
her
excited about that.
on one of the match graphics in one of the matches. Yes, I love Masked Fiesta. It's just fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Silly characters, you know? So a little Halloween spirit. But yeah, these were the last 3 shows for Marigold before Grand Destiny. They won't have another show before the pay-per-view. So just a little build up, a little preludes, you know?
Yes.
Having some fun.
Gotta love it.
And it's always fun to just watch a couple of shows and just see the girls.
Well, they need rest before that pay-per-view, because that pay-per-view is going to have a lot of eyes on it.
Yes, so they got a full week of rest before Grand Destiny.
Yes.
So that's good for them to be able to relax. And of course, Mayu wasn't at any of these shows because she is dealing with an ankle issue.
Right.
And she's out till the pay-per-view.
And that's probably for the best.
Yes, it's good for her to get her rest, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But let's go on to Stardom. We have 4 shows to talk about from this weekend in Stardom. Starting on the 16th of October in Himeji, we kicked off this night with Emma Maishima and teaming with Momo Watanabe against Kikyo Furusawa and Saya Kamatani. And this is a very interesting match, of course, because it's obviously a prelude for Momo versus Saya, but it's just interesting to see hate going against each other.
We were so excited when this happened.
And also teaming with non-hate wrestlers.
Yeah, man, it was so exciting just to see that it wasn't just hate versus hate.
Yeah.
But it was hate and young girl.
Yes, and Momo and Saya definitely made it clear that they didn't care about the young girls in this situation. They used them as weapons and such, like, most of the time. But Emma Maishima and Momo Watanabe got the win in this one. Yeah,
and again, Emma is showing just that she is going to be that one of the standouts.
I agree.
She, more and more, every time I see her, she just is getting it.
Yeah, it's definitely clicking for her right now, I think. In the next match, Waka Tsukiyama and Hanako defeated Yuria Hime and Saya Ida. Yuria tapped out to the half crab from Hanako, and this was the last match that we saw from Yuria Hime this weekend because she ended up getting injured in some way in this match, I suppose. But she ended up having to take the rest of the weekend off.
So your some way looked like
getting her head bashed on the canvas, perhaps.
Yeah,
yes.
it looked like she took a bad head bump.
Yeah.
And on a move with Hanako. And I don't know. I don't know if that was it or if it was something else. But
yeah, she sold her back a lot of the match, so it's hard to tell because these Japanese girls will just keep going. Like, it's very hard to tell sometimes what ends up happening.
They will finish the match.
They will. In the next match, we had a 4-way between Rana Yagami, Momo Kogo, Rina, and Mei Seira, which is just a fun 4-way to think about because these aren't the typical, like, 3 or 4-way wrestlers that we see.
I love these so bad, man, because, your favorite part too, Mei Seira's damn facials.
She's so funny. She rolled up Rana Yagami to win this match, and Rana's surprise compared with Mei Seira just looking at the rest of them like, yeah, that's me. I'm Mei Seira. It's like, she's so funny.
Yeah, because she's taken a couple of, bad L's.
Yeah.
And on those, she's looked like, what the hell?
Yeah, like she's very upset about it.
And this was, exactly that. She was just like, that's right, bitches.
Don't forget who I am.
I am Mei freaking Seira.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
In the next match, a tag match, Miyu Amasaki and Starlight Kid took on Fukigen Death and Konami, and this is a prelude because Starlight Kid will be defending her white belt against Konami at Crimson Nightmare, so there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I do like the fact that Starlight, it seems like SOK has been, she's not been getting her ass kicked as bad by Konami.
Yeah.
That's either cool or I'm really freaking scared for the match.
Yeah, it's either really cool that she's standing up for herself or something really bad is going to happen out of it.
So if you guys don't know, man, and you probably do know because you're listening to this, but SOK and Konami, man, when they wrestle, Konami beats the shit out of SOK.
She really does.
And it bothers me to no end. When I see her lips split in two or something like that, it's just like, man.
Could we just not?
you always want to see someone get their comeuppance, right?
Yeah.
If there's the wrestling god in the universe,
yeah,
when that match starts SOK will just kick her square in the nose.
Yeah.
Break her freaking nose.
That'd be crazy.
And just, well, I don't want her to break her nose. Let's just get a little blood.
Right.
And just really just take this violent side, show a violent side.
Yeah.
That is really just no cat's given.
Right.
Going to go out there and just really brutalize somebody.
Yeah. Don't put up with it anymore.
Right. Just get rid of the bullies.
In this match, neither SLK or Konami were involved in the finish. It was actually Miyu Amasaki rolling up Fukigen Death to get the win for Neo Genesis. In the next match, also tag team match, Ruaka and Natsuko Tora took on Akira Kurogane and Rina Yamashita. And this has kind of spawned something really cool, like out of this match and just out of recent happenings within Mavita Loca in general. So Ruaka won this match for Hate. She used her freezer bomb on Akira to get the win. And following that, this was set up a singles match between Akira and Rina the next night on New Blood. And it seems like Rina Yamashita has kind of taken over the reins of like leading Akira Kurogane through like her growth and her training, like a sort of big sister role, as
really
she puts it.
Really cool to see, man. It's really, you're right, just little things like pointing her which way to go. And
she's very much taken charge.
Yeah.
And Akira's been having some trouble lately, like getting wins and stuff. So I think Rina has taken it upon herself to try to help Akira become a better wrestler, which is important at her stage in her career.
Yes.
In the main event of this night, we had Kyoko Katatsu, Lady C, Ami Sourei, and Saki Kashima versus Sayaka Kurara, Yuna Mizumori, Sariano, and Natsupoi. And there was more shenanigans in this match with Saki Kashima. She's still very upset with Sayaka Kurara and the whole Bozilla thing. So she was still mad during this match. But Cosmic Angels was able to get the win. Natsupoi used the fairy ring on Lady C, which on someone that big, that fairy ring move looks devastating.
Yes.
She just flips you over. Like, it looked like it hurt.
It really does.
But a big win for Cosmic Angels coming out of this night. Then
which they actually needed.
They did, yeah. The Cosmic Angels has kind of been like floating in the middle of nowhere for a little while since Tam's retirement.
I
but
agree.
I think they're kind of starting to get their identity back.
I think they
a
need
little bit.
I think they need one big thing to happen. So
Yeah, they definitely
I don't know
do.
what that is, but something needs to happen.
Something has to happen. Something's got to give.
Yes.
The next night on October 17th was New Blood 25.
New Blood!
Probably one of the more fun, like more enjoyable New Bloods. Like New Blood's always enjoyable.
It is.
Right? But this one just felt really cool. And these are free on YouTube, so there's no reason not to watch them.
The New Bloods are great, but sometimes it's a slog in the middle. I don't know why.
Yeah, sometimes there's like matches where you're like, okay, whatever.
It's probably just from the lack of familiarity or something like that. So, there's a lot of cold matches on New Bloods.
That's true. Like sometimes it's just like, we brought these people in, go fight them.
And, it's ones though that are really fun to go back and watch. If you go back on YouTube and watch the early New Bloods, it's really fun because it's a who's who, and it's first appearance of Miyu Yamasaki.
Cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of debuts happen on New Blood, especially in the past. We opened this New Blood with a singles match between Kikyo Furusawa and Emma Maishima. So I believe this is their first time facing in a singles match since their debuts. They debuted together, obviously. So it's very important to face your classmates and to try to win. Is very competitive spirit between classmates in Joshi because you want to be better than your peers, right? So this was a cool match. Kikyo obviously using all of her transitions and into the ankle lock and into her submissions to try to get the job done. Emma Maishima using her more high-speed style to take over the match from Kikyo. And it was Emma Maishima who won this match with a Boston Crab. She made Kikyo submit, which I'm sure was not fun for Kikyo.
And Emma, again, showing a lot.
She has a lot of promise. The next match was a very high-speed affair. We had Mei Seira going one-on-one with Yuki Mashiro. And Yuki is someone we've seen. She was on the last New Blood. She's on this one. And she's so impressive.
Dude.
She's such a little star.
Sign Yuki.
We're so into it.
Sign Yuki. Listen to me, Okada. Sign Yuki.
Please. Yuki Mashiro just fits the stardom bill so perfectly, doesn't she?
Yes.
And I think she, like, seeing her face Mei Seira, it's just like this is what the high-speed division needs. It's what Stardom needs. Like, more of these people who can just put on a spectacular show, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But May Sarah did win this match with the Rolling Stars, so she's still on her little streak of winning. Thankfully, she doesn't have to, like, mean mug anyone. I think she was kind of nice to Yuki after this match, so...
I think that's because it's exactly the competition she wants.
Yeah, it's like, finally, someone who's up to my standards.
Yeah, I like that about her. I like that pompous ass.
Me too.
You know, because she's got kind of,
yeah,
you know,
very
arrogance.
pretentious.
Yeah, it's okay to be arrogant when you can back it up.
That's
man.
fair. In the next match, in a tag team match, we had Fukigen Death and Ram Kai Chao teaming up against Kyoko Kotatsu and Rani Yagami. And this Kyoko-Rana tag team is something that we've seen quite a bit recently, and I really like it because their styles, obviously, they match very well, and I think that they mix as a tag team very nicely. But Fukigen Death and Ram Kai Chao is just hilarious. It's amazing.
Okay, I've been spoiled a little here recently with some Ram Kai Chao.
Yes, we've seen her quite a bit more than usual recently.
I forgot. It's so... Dude, I love Ram Kai Chao. I love you, Ram.
I think she's a fan favorite.
I want you to be featured more often. I know that you probably make so much money on the indies.
Yeah.
But dude...
She's just so enjoyable to watch.
Dude, I really want this. She shared a picture the other day on X. Did you see it? Like the young...
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know if it was her as a child with the same face paint, but it was a child with that face paint. And I'm going to have to show you later and see.
I'm sure it's adorable.
If it is, it's really funny that someone's always had that.
Right.
On. But yeah, this is fun, man. This is a great match. And
It's
it
what
was...
New Blood's about.
It kept the flow going, you know?
It did, yes. Kyoko and Rana were the winners of this match. Then we had the singles match between Rina Yamashita.
You're forgetting the best part of that match, bro.
Sorry, what did I forget?
Come on now. When Ram Kai Chao got in there and did the...
Yeah. I mean, she does that every match, right? But in this instance, there was a little unwillingness to play along on Kyoka's part.
It was the best thing ever because Kyoka doesn't know yet.
Right.
So we love Kyoka. She's really got some stuff to her.
She does.
It was like she had no idea. Like she didn't know who Ram Kai Chao was or something, you know. And
she's like, why are you doing that?
So everybody else is selling.
Right.
Sell. Referees, sell.
Yeah.
You do it to Kyoka. And she's like, what? What the hell's going on?
Looking around.
Like, what's up? And then Ram just loses it and beats the shiv out of her.
Yeah, it's like she's like, if you don't play along with Ram, she's gonna kill you.
Dude, I love that so much. It is so funny.
It is.
So,
I agree.
Sorry, it's
okay. That match was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a fun match overall because of the difference between a clown and a demon versus God's Eye.
Clowns and demons are so close anyway.
They are. They're related,
Yeah.
I think. So the singles match between Rina Yamashita and Akira Kuragane was next. And this was very much what you would expect out of like a senior versus a young girl. It was a lot of Akira Kuragane taking shots from Rina Yamashita and Rina trying to fire Akira up and get her into it, you know, and give her chances to do something crazy, but, you know, Akira's still young in her career, so she doesn't always know what to do in those situations.
In early Miyu Amasaki matches, we noticed an enormous amount of DDTs.
Yes.
The world noticed that. Every variation of DDT exists.
Yes.
To the point that Raja starts taking up for her and says, you know, some of those are set-up DDTs that are building up to the bigger DDT.
she has a process.
There's a transition DDT. But this match, we all got to learn that Akira likes to throw the drop kick.
Yes, she's very fond of the drop kick.
Holy crap.
And the forearm.
Holy
and the drop
crap.
kick and the forearm.
So I think that this is going to be great. I love the big sister element.
Me too.
Absolutely love it. And we already have, you know, in the last episode, we already gave out a whole lot of love on the other end of the spectrum because Rina Yamashita is
so cool.
her.
Yes. Yes, but this match, it was really fun to watch because you could just see it all over Rina's face the whole time that she just wanted to bring that out of Akira. And by the end of the match, it was almost like she was like, okay, then we're done. And she just hits Akira with this massive lariat and lays her out and ends the match. But she did give Akira a lot of love afterwards. She told her that she was kind of jealous, like when they were sparring, because Akira is further along than she was when she first debuted, and like she really believes in Akira and she wants to be there for her growth. So she never saw herself being in this position, this sort of mentorship, big sister position. But I think she's very invested in Akira at this point.
I love it.
Hopefully she sticks around because we love seeing her.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's going to be great.
And in the main event of New Blood, we had a 6-man Rion, Hanako, and Waka Tsukiyama versus Aya Sakura, Sayaka Kurara, and Yuna Mizumori. And we know that Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara have had their eye on the New Blood tag team titles for quite a while, but the champions haven't really been willing to give them a match, which is, it's hard to blame them because they haven't been getting a lot of wins recently. But they did get the win in this match, Sayaka Kurara spearing Waka Tsukiyama out of her wrestling boots to pin her, which gives them the right to challenge for the New Blood Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I believe that match will be happening at the next New Blood, which is only next week on the 30th.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they had 3 New Bloods like over the past month, which is insane, and I love it because I love New Blood.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know, we might be seeing some New Blood tag team champions after that.
I think we will, actually.
Because, I mean, Aya and Sayaka are a great tag team.
I believe we will, and I think that's the right champions. We talked about this.
Yeah. They make sense.
They represent the New Blood.
Yeah.
And its whole, and I think that it's great, incredible champions that would be fun to watch girls come in from other feds.
Yeah.
And face these two.
Agreed. So on the 18th of October in Toyohashi, we had Sayaka Kurara's homecoming, and it started off with a 3-way match. Hina defeated Saki Kashima and Kikyo Furusawa. So it was a God's Eye, 2/3 God's Eye against Kikyo, and Hina and Saki kind of teamed up on her at first, but Saki is Saki, and she's going to try to get the win no matter what. But it was Hina with the Gato Clutch to win. Then we had a 6-man Rion, Waka Tsukiyama, and Hanako versus Mio Amasaki, Mei Sarah, and Starlight Kid, and Mei was able to get her win back over Waka in this match. She used the shooting star on Waka Tsukiyama to get the win, and she was very smug about it.
Yes, she was.
God, I love Mei Sarah. In the next match, Rana Yagami and Kyoko Kotatsu, once again teaming up, took on Emma Maishima and Aya Sakura. So this was a very kick-heavy match.
It was.
There were
Lots of
kicks abound in this match.
Yes.
Rana took out Emma with the armbar to win the match for her tag team. In the next match, Akira Kuragane, Itsuki Aoki, and Rina Yamashita took on Rina, Ruaka, and Natsukatora in yet another prelude to the tag team title match we have coming up on the 27th in Korakuen Hall. It was Mavita Loca who actually got the win in this match. Itsuki Aoki frog splashing Natsukatora to get the win, so that's a big pin over Natsukatora.
Yeah, dude.
For Itsuki, and so they have a nice little win on there before they get to that tag team match.
I cannot wait for this match.
And just listening to Itsuki Aoki go crazy after the match and get on the mic and just yell at everyone is always a good time.
Oh, it's the greatest tag team in the world.
Her aura is great. Like, if she was the leader of the faction with Rina as like her strong, silent right hand, it would make all the sense in the world.
It would, but Suzu will be back soon.
We miss you, Suzu. Where have you been?
Yes.
Where are you doing death matches out there?
Even though Raj is trying to give your faction away.
I am not. I'm just saying it would make sense if she was the leader of a faction because she's so vibrant and has so much energy.
She would, and you're right.
After that, we had a tag team match, Momo Kogo and Saya Ida versus Lady C and Ami Sori. It was the Towers themselves who took the win in this one with Ami's Like a Thunderbolt on Momo Kogo. Then in the main event, the hometown girl herself featured heavily in this match. Sayaka Kurara, Yuna Mizumori, Saoriano, and Natsupoi took on Fukigen Death, Konami, Momo Watanabe, and Saya Kamatani.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
For the court, could you explain what you meant by featured heavily in this match?
I will. This match was just under 14 minutes long, and Sayaka Kurara started the match. She eventually tagged out to Sariano, who tagged Natsupoi.
That's right.
Who then tagged Sayaka Kurara back in.
Right.
And the span in which Sayaka Kurara was tagged out of the match was 4 minutes.
Right.
And then she finished the match as the legal competitor. Obviously, she had help from the other girls every now and then, but Sayaka Kurara wrestled 10 minutes of this 14-minute match on her own.
It was funny because we had to go back and watch it again.
I had to go back. I was like, was Sayaka legal the whole match?
It was because we talk about, we do this. Like when you're listening to us on the podcast, this is us watching wrestling.
Yes.
We break down the matches, but sometimes in the middle of the match we get into a side story, or
Yes.
or we book our own fantasy land.
Yeah.
I think back to some of the most fun ones. The Oedo Tai house that existed in our heads back when the factions were even heavier than they are now.
The cartoon villain house of Oedo Tai.
We had this whole little Stardom town in our heads.
Yeah. Every faction had their own house.
They all had their own house, and this is when SLK was still with Oedo Tai. And we always just picture her up in the corner, like on a bookshelf or something, just
like you're a real cat.
Yeah, like it's just so great.
Oh, man.
And they would have the little Oedo Tai mobile, and
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we're watching and we'll just get off on the most crazy thoughts. I don't know.
I think everybody does that. We do it on like we're on some kind of acid trip or something, but
yes.
I love it.
Sayaka Kurara did win this match. She speared Fukigen Death and then hit her with the Falcon Arrow to win the match.
And as we all know, nobody kicks out of the Falcon's Arrow.
No. We also know that you shouldn't go around spearing the clown, right?
No. Oh, yes. See, that's something I forgot.
How could I forget?
Oh my God.
We're watching this match and Sayaka goes up. She's setting up for the spear on Fukigen Death, and I was like, oh no, she's gonna spear the clown. And you just are like spearing the clown.
Spearing the clown, dude. Some of the examples would be like, oh God, what happened to Jimmy? Oh man, he's been spearing the clown. Oh no, that's right. Yeah.
It does sound like some newfangled slang, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's up? Man, I'm going to spear the clown tonight. Way to go, Frankie. I mean, it's just.
Oh, man.
I love it so much.
It's so good.
# spear the clown.
So Sayaka got on the microphone after the match and she was talking to the hometown fans.
It could be our new 6'7".
It could be, yes.
It makes more sense.
6'7".
It makes more sense than 6'7".
Spearing the clown.
Spear the clown, boys.
So she's talking to the fans. I thought it was really cute that she was talking about how she wants to one day wrestle in the Toyohashi Arena when it gets built. And as I was reading the translation of her little promo, I couldn't help but laugh because it was like, or it was the backstage comment. She's like, yeah, it's being built. It's scheduled to be done in 4 years. I was just like, we're going to be sitting here right near the end of 2029 into 2030, and they're going to have a show in the Toyohashi Arena, and we're going to remember that Sayaka Kurara, she's going to fight for a belt at that time in that arena. I just think it's cool to like have those little callbacks.
I hope it's the world title, the big red belt she's fighting for at that point.
I mean, in 4 years, she totally could be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that brings us to not really another Stardom show, but the highlight of the weekend, I believe, which on the 20th of October was Starlight Kid's 10th anniversary show. And this was at Shinjuku Face. It was
So
a little tiny it was very cozy. They sold it out.
They did. So Raja got ahead of the game. A lot of times we don't buy the pay-per-view until the pay-per-view starts. Like
I try to be prepared.
Raja's like super prepared for it.
Yeah.
We're napped up. We're ready to go. And she bought the pay-per-view early, and then the pay-per-view didn't come on. So the thing was, something was happening with some outages, and they weren't getting it to work. So they put the whole thing on YouTube for free.
They did.
And holy crap, the views that thing got. Like, it's so funny because if somebody hasn't watched Stardom,
yeah,
their first like I wonder what Stardom is. Look, it's free. What the hell is this?
Oh, yeah. This would not be the show to start on, unfortunately. It was a good show. Like, for Joshi enjoyers and people who know what they're looking at, it's definitely very enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was very fun. It was much different than the Sariano Natsupoi 10th anniversary show. It seemed like they both had, like, grand plans in mind for like a year up to this up to their show, because it was all insanity. But I loved what Starlight Kid did with this show. She featured a lot of wrestlers from the Neo Ladies Pro Wrestling promotion from back in the early 2000s, which I thought was really cool. Like, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, did Starlight Kid love this promotion growing up or something?
Yeah, it was great, and it really goes with her age too, because that would work out perfectly with the Neo thing. By the way, the the free preview, and at time of recording is like basically 2 days ago. It's over 200,000 views.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you got to imagine that they were bummed. Like, Starlight Kid was probably bummed out that the pay-per-view wasn't able to happen or whatever. And they kept saying, like, make sure you go to the indie promotions that these wrestlers are on and support them, and make sure that you watch Stardom and support those wrestlers, because we all love you guys and we've given you this for free so that you can all see it. So, yes, always support the wrestlers.
It's a beautiful thing because it's really a give back.
Yeah.
And it's a give back to these girls and unfortunately in women's wrestling in general, a lot of the best wrestlers of all time, and so much with women's wrestling, and especially Joshi, was innovated through Joshi wrestling.
Yeah.
And some of your favorite moves, some of your favorite, stories, some of your favorite emotions in pro wrestling were originated in Joshi and in women's wrestling. And it's really the unsung heroes. I think that it's getting better now. We're really getting back to that point. But one of the things that Raja and I want to do in the upcoming months is really kind of tip the hat at some of the icons and the legends and some of the things that happened. But I think that this show, I think did a great job, as you'll talk about, in introducing a lot of people that may not have even known there was a Neo women's wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely shining a spotlight on people who other people may not have ever heard of as they're watching Joshi. And then that gives them a whole new world, like, opened up to explore.
Absolutely.
This show kicked off with the Starlight Kid versus Starlight Kid match. We didn't know who was going to be the two Starlights in this match. So the first one to come out was Starlight Yuiga, who to this day I still haven't figured out who that was. I couldn't find it anywhere. So it's just Starlight Yuiga, I guess, versus Shin Starlight Kid. When we heard, as soon as we heard it, we were like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because her commitment to every costume and character is just unlike anybody else.
She's the best, dude.
She goes full bore into these characters when she takes them on.
And who are we talking about?
Shin Hirota Sakura, of course. She's always doing these cosplay wrestling matches, and her as Starlight Kid was like every single little detail of her costume.
What's your favorite Hirota Sakura impersonation that you've ever seen?
It's hard to get better than her bull knock.
I mean, that's really good. That's really good. And it's hilarious. She did it a couple times. There's another one she's done a couple times that is my favorite.
Okay.
Soriano.
The Shin Soriano is amazing.
The Soriano is so damn funny.
It is.
And it's especially funny. The best part about all of these is normally she's facing the person.
Yeah.
The Maito Sakamura is so good.
Yeah, like her Mako Satomura is spot on.
It's so good that it's scary.
Yeah.
But the Soriano, just to press around and all this, I love it so much.
The best one was during the 10th anniversary when she was both versions of Soriano in the Rumble. Like, she got eliminated as like the gray and white Soriano and came back as the black gear Soriano. She's so funny.
She is.
So this match, as you can imagine, was hilarious. It was a lot of comedy. They got the young girls involved from ringside, which were Ane Kanaya and Matoi Hamabe, who we haven't seen in months.
God, I miss Mate so bad.
They got in the ring and they did things.
Yes.
They were so into it.
They have to be so close to coming back.
They also took out Daichi in this match multiple times. Like, they just completely
It was so funny.
devastated him.
Daichi's like, he got the young girls, and he's like, nope, we're leaving. Come on. And they start going up the aisle like they're going to go back. So great.
And they're like, no, please come back, Daichi. We need you.
Yes.
So by the end of this match, Starlight Kid herself comes out to the ring and she's like fussing at the two Starlights. She's like, you're going over time. You had like 10 minutes and you're over time. And she's like getting on to them. And then she ends up winning the match.
Right.
Instead of any of the ones in it.
Which is good to have a win on your own show.
It is. So that was a fun way to kick off the show, right?
Yes.
And then we got into the next match. It was a 6-man. We had Rina, Ram Kai Chao, and Riho versus Hina, Yuna Mizumori, and Emi Sakura.
Oh, that's a lot.
It was a lot. There was some crazy teams.
So much story just when you say it.
Yeah.
Because you have Rina versus Hina, which everybody loves to see.
Yeah.
It's twinsies,
Sisters.
You have Ram Ka Chow in there for
just for fun. It's
Ram
Ram Ka
reasons.
Chao.
Because it's Ram reasons.
Yes.
And then you have a really cool story with Riho and Emi Sakura, which is always like that cool, incredible story.
Yes, the student versus teacher
That
storyline.
you have. And you had Yuna Mizumori.
And Yuna was there.
Yeah.
Yes, this was a really fun match. Emi Sakura was on her game that night because when she was in there with Rina, those chops, dude, like Rina had to take a second in between each one.
Dude, it was really some of the best Emi Sakura, that I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, like it's like she just all of a sudden was like, yep, here I am.
She reminds you she's the queen.
Yes,
and
she did.
I love her so much. I love her because sometimes she's the happiest motherly thing I've ever seen. And I just want to go to her house and eat pizza rolls and watch cartoons.
Right.
And then other times, I want to hide from her.
Yeah, she's scary. And I really thought it was cute that Hina got to do the tea time with her. Like, she seemed over the moon that she got to bend Rina over her knee and let Emmy sit on her.
Yes.
To do the tea time. And she seemed like a natural. Hina belongs at the tea time.
Oh, I agree.
But Riho got the win for her team. She pinned Yuna to win this match. It was just an overall fun match, you know.
It was.
6 of the most, like, the best wrestlers that are out there today. So, and Emi Sakura, of course, has her 30th anniversary show coming up very soon in Choco Pro. And they've got that Mei Saruga Azumi match on there.
It's going to be unreal.
Unreal. Next was the Rumble. And we didn't know everyone in the Rumble. We knew a handful of people who were going to be in the Rumble. But it started off with...
We know them now.
Yes, we do. We started off with Tomoka Inaba and Azusa Inaba, who kicked off the Rumble 1-on-1. And that's always fun to see. Those two are magic together and against each other. Saya Ito was the third. Then we had Hiroyo Matsumoto. Then Tanny Mouse. Yoshika Tamura. DJ Nira. Momo Nakanishi, and finally, Jungle Kiona.
Yes.
So it was pretty crazy, this whole Rumble. We got to see some people we've never seen before, obviously, because of being retired, like with Yoshika Tamura, who was a huge standout in the world of Neo Ladies Pro Wrestling.
And we watched a shitload of Neo Women's Wrestling after this.
Yes, we did. Yoshika Tamura was a badass, honestly. We always love to see Momo Nakanishi, who is just... somehow better than like half of the Joshi wrestlers wrestling today, even though she's been retired.
Momo Nakanishi is absolutely one of my favorites just because of that. Just because she can go out there and skip up to the top rope. And dude, she's so good. She is still so good. So much emotion.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then Jungle Kiona making her appearance. Of course, this would be also her 10th year, her anniversary of when she debuted.
Yeah.
And she did talk a lot about how she and Saito were the only students of the 2015 Stardom class. So they have that connection. And she will be facing Saito one-on-one at her 10th anniversary show. So they have that connection going for them, which is really cute. But this whole thing boiled down eventually to the Inaba sisters and Saya Ida. And then once the Inabas were on the outside fighting, Saya took them out. So Saya Ida won the Rumble.
Yes.
It was really fun, though.
It was
a great Rumble. A lot of cool names that we got to learn. After that, we had Miyu Amasaki and Mei Seira versus Yuki Miyazaki and Mima Shimoda. So Neo Genesis versus the Neo ladies.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, Yuki Miyazaki, as I'm sure people know who know Yuki Miyazaki, is an interesting character to wrestle. She has a certain move, a certain stretch that she loves to put on people, and was trying constantly in this match to get it on even Azumi, who was on the outside. But of course, Miyu and Mei, she wanted to get that stretch on both of them. Mima Shimoda is just as mean as she was in LCO back in the day.
Yes.
Like, she still has it.
She does.
This match, dude, at some points I was like, what are we watching?
So, yeah.
It's hard because of certain aspects
So there was
of things.
There was a double tit grab
Yes.
in this match.
Yes, Yuki grabbing Miyu Amasaki and being like, have there ever been a pair of boobs that are so unsatisfying to grab? Like, that was the whole storyline of the match. Like, she's like, and Miyu's like, what? I have perfectly fine boobs.
Yes.
Which is funny, you know, it was a very funny match.
It was. But some person made a video using AI.
Yes.
And
There was a big conversation on X this week about using wrestlers' pictures to turn them into less than savory videos using AI. And a lot of the wrestlers came out in support of Miyu Amasaki on that point. And, you know, people are like, we're just human beings and we don't want to be seen that way, which fair enough. Like,
yeah, no, I totally agree. This is different than my conversation about you're a character that you put your character name up and, you know, you can expect to be talked to like you're a character. And that's completely different. This is using your image. And, you know, maybe people need to think about what if it was your sister? What if it was your mom? What if it was your daughter? What if it was you?
right.
That was being put up there, because AI it doesn't look like something fake anymore.
No,
You know,
it's way too real at this point.
the last couple of weeks, everybody has seen things like Michael Jackson working at McDonald's, you
Right.
know, just insane stuff. And
Yeah.
it just gets better every single day. AI is blowing me away right now, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like leaps and bounds every single week.
I think that we're really close to there being some kind of laws, some kind of, you know, that you can't use someone's image or something. You know, I think that
Right.
it's getting close.
Yeah, I know that Taro Okada also tweeted about this and was like very serious about it, and he thanked people for giving suggestions and said he would be speaking with the legal team and everything. Like, I think they're going to try to crack down on that sort of content if they can with the Stardom wrestlers, because they want to protect the girls, right?
Yeah.
So I think all of the Joshi wrestlers deserve that, because you can't lie and say it's not a problem in Joshi, right?
Yeah.
That people are can be very gross about Joshi wrestlers.
That's the problem. Is it invites. It seems to have, you know, different elements of people.
Yeah.
That, and you know, you've got the hardcore fans like us, and people that listen to this show.
Yes.
That really want to know the history. They want to know the results. They want to know. They actually care about the struggle. And then you got pervs.
Yes.
You know, so it's I don't know. You're always going to have that.
Yeah.
You're going to have it.
You can always expect it.
And so they're never going to get it away with every single thing. And I don't know. We can just do better.
Yes,
I mean, we shouldn't even have to need the laws or changes or this and that. Just do better.
Yeah, and if you see something like that, definitely don't share it around or anything.
No.
Like, even report it if you can. Like, just don't give those people the time of day, because they don't deserve it.
Right.
But Mei Seira and Miyu did win this match. You know,
Yes.
we were enjoying the match as it was happening, because all of that hadn't happened yet. We were just having a good time. Mima Shimoda got tired of Yuki and hit her in the head with a chair, and then Mei was able to roll her up for the win. So it was a fun match overall. It was very silly. And even after the match, Yuki was still like pulling the girls in, trying to do the stretch.
Right.
She's funny. And
She
she's
is.
also retiring soon. So they were happy to be able to face her before her retirement. After that, we had Sariano and Natsupoi versus Ruaka and Konami versus Miki Iwata and Chihiro Hashimoto. So a three-way tag match featuring some incredible wrestlers. Of course, there was a lot of focus on Sariano and Miki Iwata because of their history. From the very start, when they came out, Saori's just eyes completely on Mika the whole time, and Mika's just ignoring her. She's like looking off in the opposite direction intentionally to try not to make eye contact with her. It was so funny. But during the match, we actually got to see them kind of team up a little. Like, there were chances where they had to work together instead of fight each other, which I thought was really cool. It was a change of pace for them, for sure.
I know that and we've talked about this. You love it so much.
I do.
The two of them. And I just thought this whole card, for me, the bow on it, was just having this interaction.
Yes.
They are so amazing.
They're acting, their facials.
The facials.
The emotion.
Just coming out, and right off the bat, I couldn't even pay attention to what was happening in the ring. I was just watching Sariano stare a hole in her and Mika Iwata doing her best of, I'm ignoring you.
The thing is, they're really just that competitive with each other. Like, they just have that sort of feeling about each other when they wrestle, when they're around each other, and it just comes across so perfectly.
I know it's supposed to be over with them, but the way this match ends and the reactions with Poi just makes me feel like there's a lot left.
Now I kind of want to see a Sariano Miki Iwata tag team, like, for a match.
I'd like to see.
I don't know if that'll ever happen.
I'd like to see him face again. I like it better facing, and I just think that, I don't know, I still think, and I've been saying this for 6 months, but I feel like something's brewing with Poi.
Yeah, like she's kind of on the back foot. Like we've said, Cosmic Angels has kind of been losing steam a little bit, but Poi seems very upset.
I would just like to see Poi turn heel and be with Suri.
Yeah.
I think that they would have a hell of a faction, have Chi-Chi in there.
That would be a crazy faction.
Just, have Chi-Chi and a couple others in there.
Right.
Just the No F's Given faction.
Right.
Like,
gonna kick your ass faction.
They're scary to think about it,
They are, for sure.
Anyway.
But this match was really cool. I know Ruaka and Konami were in this match, but it was very distracting to just see the other two teams facing off against each other. There was a point in this match where Natsupoi did a dive to the outside, and everyone was there to catch her, but Chihiro Hashimoto kind of caught all of her with her face.
Yeah.
So her eyes started swelling up pretty bad near the end of this match, but that didn't stop her from continuing. She hit Natsupoi with the last ride, and then Miki Iwata hit her with her lion driver to win the match for their team. And that's what you were talking about, Natsupoi kind of looking dejected once again to have taken the pin in this match.
Right.
But there was a lot, even after the match, of the Sariano Miki Iwata stuff, and Poi and Miki Iwata doing the Poi symbol to each other. So I don't think it's over. They can say it's over all they want.
I don't either, but I really think that I think that we're going to have the Sorryism faction. I really do.
it's right there.
I think it's going to happen.
We're right there. But that brings us to the main event, the big Kichen family main event here. We had Shingo Takagi, Jun Kasai, and Kyoko Inoue on one team taking on Dragon Kid, El Desperado, and Starlight Kid. And man, what a cute little team they make.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
This was so fun for me because when they got in the ring, when everyone's in the ring at first before the match starts, there's just such a juxtaposition between all of these older legends of the game and then little Starlight Kid standing there in the middle of them at 22 years old. It's so funny to me, but she's so respected and so hailed by these people that are so many years her senior that it's so cool to see.
Yeah, and it's awesome for Starlight to pay homage to these incredible people, some that have really helped her throughout her career already, and have been those voices for her. And also a incredible legend like Kyoko.
Oh man, Kyoko. She seemed very overwhelmed with emotion to just be a part of this match. And like, I think she thanked Starlight Kid just for remembering them. It was a very sweet interaction after the match, but this match hit all the things that you wanted it to hit. Like, you got to see everyone do their things that you want them to do, and just to see like Dragon Kid flying around and El Desperado and Jun Kasai bringing out skewers and stuff, like it was basically everything.
It's so much fun to think about the fact we can see Kyoko, versus Manami Toyota, and we can see Kyoko versus Starlight Kid. I mean,
Absolutely.
There's just so much to be said for that.
100%. Starlight Kid really took everything at the end of this match, including like the Pearl Harbor dive from Jun Kasai and then Kyoko's power bomb. Starlight Kid did take the pin from Kyoko at the end of this match to lose for her team, but it is what it is,
Yeah.
Those are some legends, right? And it was just so cool to see, because you can tell how much love they all have for each other and how much love they have for Starlight Kid on her 10th anniversary.
No, it was fun. And I like seeing the girls mix it up with the guys too. Even amongst the booze.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. They're great with each other, and
Yeah.
it was a good match.
Yes, Shingo Takagi really wanted to pumping bomber Starlight Kid.
Yeah, of course.
Really bad.
Of course. He wants to pumpy bomber everything he sees.
But of course, we also had little looks, like Shingo and Dragon Kid, like looking at each other, and Jun Kasai and El Desperado, of course, are like in love with each other, deathmatch
Dragon
wise.
Kid, the youngest freaking 40-year-old on the planet.
50-year-old almost.
Yeah, 50. He's 49, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
He's in crazy shape for his age, and like, of course, a freaking legend in the junior heavyweight sense, like crazy moves, dear God. But all in all, the 10th anniversary, I think, went off without a hitch. There did seem to be like Kyoko she was like really hurting there at the end of the match. Her knee seemed to be bothering her, but she powered through, dude.
Yeah, she has to power through a grocery store at this point.
A legend.
I mean, she's fine. She's tough.
And Kyoko Inoue, of course, was the one who led Neo Ladies Pro Wrestling. So she kind of like, she's the big dog of everything else we'd seen that night. So it was a really fun show. Congrats to Starlight Kid for booking an excellent card for her 10th anniversary. It was a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
But next weekend, we have a few big things coming up. On the 24th of October will be the next episode of Friday Gotcha, which I mentioned just because I love it. And I love the mystery aspect of it. It's so much fun. Then on the 26th of October will be Marigold Grand Destiny. And on the 27th of October, Stardom's next Korakuen Hall show, which already has some big matches set out for it. So the train never stops. We're chugging right along. Soon it'll be November, and we'll be right in the midst of the Goddess of Stardom Tag League, and then it'll be Dream Queendom time. So we always have something to talk about, and we will be here every week to talk about Joshi because we love it, and we love talking about it with you guys. So make sure you're following us on all of our socials at Cult of Joshi on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. Subscribe to the Cult of Joshi YouTube channel. Give this episode a like and leave us a comment about what you thought about Starlight Kid's 10th anniversary or AEW WrestleDream or anything else that you
or
want to
Neo
talk
Women's
about.
Wrestling.
Or Neo Ladies Women's Pro Wrestling, whatever it was called.
Yes.
But for now, that's all we have for you. I'm Raja. He's John. So long from the Cult of Joshi. Bye.